I thought it was the biggest statement win of the year. I'm wondering what you and the Saints thought of it, Cameron.
I mean, I love that win. I love that, we've been able to put 7 straight together. We've been able to travel well on the road and defend our dome. So when you come down to it, I'd love to continue the streak.
No, I know, but I just do you think it serves notice on the rest of the league here, or what do you think? It can't just be just any old win, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about the Rams. That was something that we had on our mind, especially since they were 8-0. But we're treating every week like it's the most important game of our year because it's the next important game of our year. I'm not going to make anything more of it other than we got a hard one coming up this upcoming week.
So, what were you able to do against Todd Gurley that the rest of the league seems to have a problem doing, Cameron?
I honestly, I after looking at the film, it was like first down, he'd maybe get a yard or two, and we put out some hits on him early, but at the same time, he still had, 4 or 5 plays where he broke and showed how special he is. There's not much you can do to really stop TG other than to rally to the ball, and I think we did just that.
But that was the game plan, right? That number 30, that was the one you wanted to stop?
For sure. When you talk about what they have on that team, when you talk about Jared Goff, Brandon Cooks, Todd Gurley, you clearly see the engine, the motor being Todd Gurley. So that's something we had to try and put a stamp on.
Did you connect with Cooks before the game, after the game, former teammate?
After the game, of course. I mean, that's one of the brothers that's been through the fire with me. I'm always going to have love for young Cooks, and I'm glad that he found a home out in L.A. And I'm glad he also took home that L.
Moving forward here, Cameron, your team you've got this week coming up for the New Orleans Saints. You are at home. No, you're actually at Cincinnati right now. What are the challenges that you think faces you here?
You figure Joe Mixon is running at a high level. I don't know if AJ's playing this week or not, and if he is, I mean that's a top tier receiver right there. You talk about what they've been able to do. They're definitely not any slump of a team. They're a team that's been winning, and when you talk about the power that they have, the D-line that with Geno Atkins and Carlos Dunlap, this is something that we have to overcome. And
Marcus Davenport, last time you were on about a month ago, you were telling me about how you were mentoring this kid, and it just seemed like he was beginning to get some steam going in his rookie year, and now he's got a foot injury. What impact does that have on the defensive line, Cameron?
I think we still have depth at that defensive line, and we talk about Marcus Davenport went down, but you have Trey Hendrickson who has been doing nothing but honing his craft, waiting for a chance, and we gave him that, and I think he's showing that he's trying to become a polished pass rusher. You talk about what Alex Okafor brings to the table. The thing about us is we always have that next man up mentality, and when Marcus comes back in the rotation, he'll be geared and ready to go.
And I've got Kareem Jackson coming on shortly, Cameron, from the Texans. I'm going to ask him this later on. He started 0-3, and they ripped off 6 in a row, and their season is completely turned around. You weren't in that big of a hole at all, but home loss to start the season. Ryan Fitzpatrick came in and just absolutely tore it all up. I'm wondering what happened in weeks 1 to week 2 that you were able to put your foot in the ground. Who was holding it together in that maybe moment of doubt early on in the season for you guys?
Was there a moment of doubt? I mean, if anything, if you just look at last season where we started off 0-2 and then put together a string of 8 wins, what was there to be doubtful about? You talk about, last year we had so many rookies playing for us. Now they're second years. There is nothing but confidence of, hey, we can put these wins together. And all you need is that first win.
Well, we all think the sky's falling from outside buildings. We think the sky's falling, Cameron.
No doubt. A couple of seasons back when the Packers were 0-3 or 0-4 at the time, and Aaron Rodgers said, "Calm down. This is a season. It's not death by every game." And they went ahead and went into the playoffs. We have the same mentality in terms of what the first game isn't going to define us, but by mid-season you're going to know what we're about. And sitting at mid-season, I'm going to let you figure out what we're about.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.